simple. If you want to accomplish the things that you want in life, you have to run away from your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is going to only keep you exactly where you are, which is exactly where you don't want to be. If you do something consistently, you're gonna get the results that you want eventually. The challenge is really teaching me you gotta do the things that you need to do every day, like not 5 out of 7 days of the week. Every day you gotta show up for yourself if you want to make consistent change over time. I have never in my life been consistently gaining weight, and I just feel like these 5 pounds that I've gained in this past 3 weeks is one of the most amazing things that's happened to me in the past year. Let's talk about it. What's up? My name is Corey. I'm 25 years old. I live alone in Washington, D.C. And I do this thing called the Uncut series where I just talk about a topic without editing the video. Mostly because I'm lazy, but also just to kind of have a conversation with y'all. You know, how you're doing? What's going on this week? What have you accomplished? What are some things you want to work on? You know, drop it in the comments and we can have a conversation. This is like a little weekly check-in, if you will. But yes, the most monumental thing for me is I've been doing the 75 hard challenge. I just passed 3 weeks. Pray for me. But I have, for the first time in my life, been gaining weight. And I am just going to talk a little bit about, you know, my relationship with my body and just how my mentality has been like over the years. I've always been extremely skinny. I've talked about this in a lot of videos, like extremely overweight or excessively overweight. The doctors were kind of like, when I was a kid, we would go to the doctors and they'd kind of be like, oh, what's going on? I was like, okay, she eats. They wouldn't say I was malnourished, but they would kind of be like, okay, you need, you know, we gotta work on this. When I got older, they stopped pressing it so much, and I just kind of became okay with how small I was. Not only that though, like being small became very much a part of my identity. I felt it related to, you know, how I felt about myself, with my insecurities. And then, you know, when you have insecurities, you're gonna project that. It's gonna affect how other people perceive you as well. And yeah, I've always been small. It's very much a part of my identity. I have always been like hovering under 90 pounds, and to be honest, I would pretty much lie about it. Like I would know damn well I was like 87 pounds and stopped looking at the scale. If you've struggled with weight issues, you know how that can be. Like when you stop looking at the scale because you just know you're going to be disappointed when you step on it. Like for me, it's like when I would get under to a certain amount, and when the scale would say 87, I would just stop weighing myself, because I was like, I know that it's going to keep going down because I'm not doing the things that I need to make a change. But so yes, I have recently been doing the 75 hard. I have put myself on a diet of sorts. It's more of like just being in a consistent caloric surplus. So I'm eating 2,100 calories every day, which may not seem like a lot, but my calorie expenditure is, and that's how many calories you burn in the day, if you're not aware, is about, I think 1,600 to 1,700 calories. So I'm in a decent caloric surplus where I'm also gaining weight faster than I would have ever thought. I was putting myself on track, like by the end of the challenge, to gain like 1/2 pound per week, which is like a regular, I think, healthy amount of muscle to gain or something like that. And I'm weighing, the past 3 days, I weighed in consistently 3 days in a row, 95 pounds, which is what my goal was by the time my birthday came around. So by the time I turned 26, which is in about 3 months. So yeah, when I say like, I set this goal at the beginning of the year to be 95 pounds and to weigh in 3 days consecutively at 95 pounds. And the fact that I've kind of already hit it, one, I'm realizing it's like, I'm not gonna say it was easier than I thought. There were definitely a lot of mental barriers, hurdles. Like it wasn't just 3 weeks of work. It was also like several months of me kind of tracking and not working out, and me going up and down and having some highs and lows. And it just so happens that this time, and I definitely will give it all to this challenge, that this is 100% the reason it worked. Like if you don't know about the 75 hard challenge, you can watch this video to learn a little bit more information. But pretty much like one of the things is you have to follow a diet every day, and you can't fall off. If you fall off, then you have to start the 75 days over. And so it's like, I got to eat my calories. I have to eat my 5 meals so I can, you know, check it off the list. Like that was the original motivation. And it's like, over time, like, I'm just seeing that it's working. It sounds kind of silly, but if you do something consistently, you're gonna get the results that you want eventually. So that combined with, you know, I'm still doing my fitness. I'm actually doing like endurance training sports more so, like a lot of cardio. So if I was like not doing anything, I'd probably be able to gain even more weight. But yeah, I've never seen 95 on the scale like a day in my life. I know that probably sounds like crazy to some people. Like a lot of people hit 95 when they're like in middle school or something, I don't know. And that kind of, to go along with that, adds to that, like, me feeling like something was wrong with me, because I knew that something that was so basic when I was a kid, I just could not get to. I could not reach. I'm not gonna say I have an exact prescription of what I was, but I just, you know, I try not to think about that. I try to, like, now I'm getting myself together, and I'll talk a little bit about how I've been able to do that too. The main thing is snacking and counting my calories. If you're trying to change your weight, you're probably not going to do it intuitively. Whether you're trying to gain or to lose, like, just, oh, let me eat healthier, like a little more each day. Like, that's good. But to see like the change on the scale, I feel like most people are probably going to have to track. And I feel that in a lot of different ways. Like when it comes to finance, you're not going to just save money by just, you know, wishing that it happens kind of naturally. If you are used to spending crazy, if you are used to eating a lot, or if you're like me and you're used to skipping meals, like, you're gonna continue that behavior even if you stay on something for 3 weeks. It's something that I've been kind of hesitant to speak on too, because I don't know, like, definitely being on YouTube and posting this stuff like motivates me to want to keep going, because I'm like, oh shit, if I fuck up, I'm gonna have to get on here and tell people about it, which is not fun. It's another like level of accountability, I guess you could say, you know, you guys, or me just talking to the camera. But yeah, it's like, you gotta just, the challenge is really teaching me, you gotta do the things that you need to do every day. Like, not 5 out of 7 days of the week. Every day, you gotta show up for yourself if you want to make consistent change over time. Now, I don't feel like 3 weeks is a long time, but I do still take, like, I'm proud of myself for what I've been able to accomplish in this relatively short amount of time. Like I said, I thought this was going to take me months to be able to accomplish. And now, I've reached this goal, which was a reasonable goal too, and now I can kind of, you know, up the ante a bit. I think the next thing is going to be 100. Seeing triple digits on a scale, like, if it would just take another 3 weeks of me eating more food and stuff, like, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna show up every day. I'm gonna do my best, and not only am I gonna do my best, but I'm gonna do like really good at it. I think over time I'm gonna want to change the diet a little bit, like to be eating more healthier foods. Like, I do feel like I'm eating a decent amount of processed stuff, but that's to like add to the, like, snacking is just not easy to me. So we're kind of trying to take baby steps, you know what I'm saying? Because I probably was only eating, like, to be honest, like 1,200 calories just intuitively, like just me getting hungry and ignoring hunger cues, to be honest. I don't know, my friend was telling me, like, she enjoys, she's not like a larger, she's like not that much bigger than me, but she was saying like she enjoys the feeling of like feeling full. And I realized I have never sought that feeling. Maybe if something was like really good, I just wanted to like eat more of it because it tasted good, but I've never enjoyed the feeling of feeling full. Like, if anything, it kind of, it doesn't feel good. So there are just these things that I'm learning about me, like, kind of mentally, that have affected me not being able to gain weight. And I just feel like now I'm overcoming all that stuff. But I had to realize, you know, it was a problem in the first place. And so, yeah, man, this challenge has just been really beneficial for me. Being able to show up for myself and be consistent. I think I was supposed to talk more on what I've been doing. So my actual diet is, I have kind of two caveats. So it's either 2,100 calories for the day or eat at least 5 meals. If you do the math, I think if each meal is like 425 calories at least, then I will hit both of those goals. But if I were to have a day where I eat like 3 700-calorie meals, like I'm not about to force feed myself 2 more meals. If I reach my calorie goal, especially since I'm already 400 above my calorie expended, 400 calories above my caloric expenditure. I'm saying that weird. I'm in a 400 calorie caloric surplus, so I'm going to be gaining weight even if I eat under the 2100 calories. The extra calories are kind of just like a buffer for me. And that's gonna do the thing it needs to do to help me to gain that weight. Over time, I like to be on more of like like counting my macros pretty much to make sure I'm eating like less processed foods and stuff. But for right now, this is like working. I noticed like a little bit of a difference. Like it's probably nothing you could visually see. Like I'm still pretty small by all accounts, but I like there are certain places that I've only felt bone. And now I can feel, you know, a little bit of protection over it, you feel me? One of those areas is like right here. I can feel it on my spine, like it just not being as much of, you know, when you're going over like the yellow road bumps, it's smoothing out. I think that's a good word for it. It's smoothing out a bit. I notice it on my hands and on my feet. Like I can see myself getting like a little bigger, and that's only with 5 pounds. So I'm like, what am I gonna look like when I gain even more weight? So yeah, I'm noticing the changes. Maybe in another 3 weeks, it'll be something where other people are noticing changes, and I'll be able to talk more about it on my YouTube now. So I had mentioned I wanted to be consistent before I started posting, oh, this is what I eat in a week, or this is my workouts for a week for the 75 hard challenge, because I wanted to have that for myself first. I feel like if you're trying to make a change, you're trying to do something with your life, like it has to be about you. Or it could kind of be for other people. Like if you have kids, or if you want kids or something like that. Like, oh, I want to be healthy for my kids. I think that makes sense. But I feel like you really gotta like want it for yourself before other people kind of come into the equation. And so now I feel a little more secure and solid in my ability to be consistent with this challenge, so that I could put it on the internet and have other people be, you know, motivated and inspired by it. Because if it was just me doing it for a week, I don't really feel like I would have a whole bunch to say. But I definitely think this thing has been helping me. You know, I used to talk a lot of crap about it, like, why would somebody do 2 workouts a day? Like, that's not beneficial. But it's not a workout program. It is a show up for yourself kind of program. And so I think it could be beneficial for a lot of people. I think it's going to be crazy to look back at, because I'm going to be like, oh, dang, Corey, you were happy about 95 pounds. Now we're at 125. I think that's going to be like one of my bigger goals, like 125, 135, and like mostly muscle and stuff. My new recent goal, however, is going to be, I think, to hit that 100 and then get to like 115. Then we'll kind of go from there. I think I'll be able to hit 100 by the end of August, hopefully. So, you know, be rooting for me. You know, I'm stuffing my face. This shit is not fun. This, I don't think I mentioned it because I've tried to re-record this a couple times. But this challenge is definitely kicking my ass. Like, having to be like, oh, I gotta get up and get, because you gotta do 2 workouts. So it's like, I gotta get this first workout done as early as possible, so I don't have to do 2 workouts like in the afternoon and evening. So there's certain things that are kicking my ass. Like, stuffing my face is not fun. I'll add that to it. Like, you have to do shit that you don't feel like doing. You have to do stuff that you don't feel like doing. Like, point blank and simple. If you want to accomplish the things that you want in life, you have to get away. Run away from your comfort zone. Because your comfort zone is going to only keep you exactly where you are, which is exactly where you don't want to be. So if you want to make meaningful change for yourself, I hope that you find those things today for you that you want to accomplish, that you want to go after, and you start taking the steps towards it. You can start taking small steps today and then kind of build over it over a longer period of time. But yeah, if you just remain in your comfort zone, like me, I like sleep, but I gotta get up and do my morning walk, my first 45-minute workout. If I stay in the bed, that's my comfort zone. That keeps me in the same place I was, and I always feel better after I do the walk. Like, that's the thing. I don't do these tasks and feel worse. Ever do I feel worse after I do them. So yeah, those are just some thoughts. This video is really all over the place. It's gonna be more of like a video journal entry kind of thing for future Corey. I got you, girl. 30-year-old Corey, you know, this is where it starts for me building, like when it comes to my body, taking care of my health, and taking care of like just actually being able to gain weight, because I know you've wanted this for so long. So Corey, this is where it all started. But yeah, this video is kind of all over the place. If you stay to the end, you are a real one. Drop in the comments what you're trying to work towards. Continue to watch my Uncut series, and have a great day.